Y'all, it has been a summer, but it's been a busy summer. But you know, we always got to get our movie time in. You got to get out and see some of them summer flicks, and we absolutely love what we saw.
I thought you were going to vamp. Sorry about that. We'll talk movies we loved this summer, including a few we're still excited about before autumn, right after this quick break.
Okay, set your timer. Remember, this part, we can't edit these punches, so get as tight as you can. Those of you watching after the fact, we edit this for the podcast. So there's a bit of vampy air going on. You just fucking shut up and watch. Shut your mouth and watch. Ready?
Ready when you are.
Welcome to Deep Cuts, the bonus episode of the Scott Sigler Slices Fiction Podcast, where a sci-fi author and an audiobook narrator discuss things and stuff from the world of fiction and pop culture. I am Scott Sigler, sci-fi horror author known far and wide as the future Dark Overlord.
And I am A.B. Sigler, audiobook narrator and publisher at Empty Set Entertainment. And tonight, we're talking about the movies we saw this summer and the movies we're looking forward to.
Also, Vampagagoo, Shemalendingoo. These are noises that the chat room is putting in right now because we just finished doing episode 111 of Slay, which is a very dirty, very violent,
Very bawdy.
very funny and very, very bawdy
Very
monster hunter story with lots of blood and more fart jokes than you can pack into a case of course.
But getting back to Deep Cuts, a reminder that this is a bonus episode in Scott Sigler Slices and not part of any story. You don't have to listen to keep up on the story, but we think you'd like this peek behind the storyteller curtain.
Let's get into it. Here we go. What are we talking about today, babe?
We are talking about the movies that we actually saw this summer. Couple in the theater, couple at home, actually one at home, one he watched on a flight, and one that we're still really looking forward to. And then we're going to tell you a little bit about how we do that and save a little money because things are getting a little bit tight if you're North American. So we are going to start with what we're going to do is we're going to go in order, not of their release date, but in the order that we watched them.
All right, let's get into it.
The first movie we're going to talk about.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God, Becky, look at her fangs.
The first movie we're
Hold
going
on
to
one
talk
sec,
about.
babe. I gotta figure this out. It's hold on.
So we go to the movies. We're going to talk about how we go to the movies, and
Oh.
sometimes we see movies without the other. But the first
First
movie
movie.
we're talking about is Ryan
Sinners.
Coogler's Sinners.
Sexy, sounds great, looks great, incredibly violent. And I just got back from Dragon Con, one of the premier sci-fi conventions in the world. And it is a huge cosplayer convention, Dragon Con. People work in their costume all year long and come to show it off. And there is a moment in the con on Saturday night where there are literally thousands of people dressed up in costumes representing their favorite sci-fi horror fantasy properties.
There's mashups even.
Mm-hmm.
There's all sorts of things. We have friends who mashed up a couple of things. But yeah, did you see any Sinners?
There was so much Sinners cosplay. Everywhere you looked were people in like 1920s garb, completely just sheeted in blood. All of them. It was amazing. So
Let's talk Sinners a little bit.
Give me the Sinners overview.
synopsis is trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their Mississippi hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them home. This is directed by Ryan C. Coogler. Ryan C. Coogler, if you're unfamiliar with him, has done other works including Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Fruitvale Station, and the entire Creed franchise. It stars Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, musician Buddy
real
Guy,
good. Yep, Buddy Guy looked
Delroy
great. Yep.
Lindo,
Oh,
and I mentioned it's about twins. So Percy Bell plays one of the twins when both twins have to be on camera. I'm not going to spoil anything else, but I'm going to tell you guys that. In the chat room, Recluse Mage says Sinners was one of the best movies I've seen in years. And I absolutely agree.
Yep.
It was stunning. If you like music, fantastic. If you like social commentary, fantastic. If you like horror movies, fucking fantastic. If you like spoilers here, if you like vampires.
that's too much spoiler. But I will
was
tell you,
kidding.
I'll give you another spoiler. If you enjoy watching the Ku Klux Klan get fucking slaughtered in a glorious climactic scene, good fucking movie. Good fucking movie. So there we go. So that is Sinners. And do you have did you talk about the box office of the shit? Oh, here we go. All right. So released in April 2025, the worldwide box office, we're doing this in September of 2025. Worldwide box office, as of this week, $366,678,513. So this is well past $250 million and will probably end up about $500 million of revenue. I'm assuming the budget was in the ballpark of 20 to 60 million.
Just for principal. I think advertising was a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, they did advertise great.
It's
but
going to be huge.
A very profitable movie, very successful for Ryan Coogler and the whole crew. And I don't think they will make a sequel, but they're probably going to make a sequel because it made so much fucking money. But a glorious, wonderful American film. Fantastic. Loved it.
Absolutely. And I will say, I am a huge fan of Ryan Coogler. We've talked about his movies. He never fucking misses. So go see that.
All right. Now, let's get to number 2. You ready for this?
I am.
This one snuck up on me, you guys. I'm not going to lie. I was a weird little kid who drew monsters all the time. And my parents frequently had to have conversations with teachers like, are you aware of what your son is drawing? And is your son okay? Is there any problems at home? And they go, can you show me in the doll where they touched you? Shit like that. And so when I saw this movie advertised, I was like, fuck yes. The general premise of this movie, I'll read it. Okay, ready? When a young girl's sketchbook falls into a strange pond, her drawings come to life, chaotic, real, and on the loose. As the town descends into chaos, her family must reunite and stop the monsters they never meant to unleash. The cast is
Tony Hale. You're familiar with him from Arrested Development, among other things. Darcy Carden, who's not a girl, she's a robot from The Good Place. And then 2 up-and-coming actors who portray their children, whose names are Bianca Bell as the artist and Q Lawrence as her brother, who crushed it.
Do you know the name of the third kid?
I don't.
Okay. The third kid is the comic relief and absolutely destroyed it. Director is Seth Worley, who also wrote the feature. This is his first full-length movie, but has made several shorts.
Yep, absolutely. And this had actually a production deal after he made the movie. But I am so fascinated by the fact that he got Darcy Carden and Tony Hale, who are absolutely SAG-AFTRA and equity actors, to be in his movie, and then got a production deal. That is not often how Hollywood works these days.
I will tell you this. So here's our general take on this. Sketch, I would not have written Sketch the way Sketch is written. If I had written Sketch, there'd be a whole lot more blood, guts, eviscerations, possessions, dismemberments, decapitations, a lot of burning bodies,
and squelching, and
a lot of squelching, a lot of murder in general, and basically we need a parade of hearses to get the bodies out of this bitch. That's how I would have written it. Seth Worley did not write it that way. This is an actual monster movie you can take your whole family to. There are some pretty scary moments for little kids. Agreed. I would say 10 and under.
Agreed.
This bitch is going to cause some nightmares. But the overall message of family, of acceptance, of resilience was great. But I will tell you what, the tightest shit, the hottest shit in the burner with this movie, by far, the special effects. So they didn't have necessarily a Marvel or Star Wars budget to make this movie, but they found a way to make to play into the strengths of CGI and the weaknesses of CGI. Sometimes things look a little flat, look a little two-dimensional, a little transparent. It was such a perfect fit for monsters that come to life from a little girl's sketchbook. I couldn't even believe it. There are some monsters I hated. There were some decisions I'm like, you ran out of money. You ran out of money right here and I can see it. Mm-hmm. But there are other places you're like, this is fucking awesome. The bus scene in Sketch is worth the entire rental price, bar none.
So Fuzzbubbles in the chat room on YouTube says, I haven't heard of Sketch and I thought I stay up on movies. Again, I just mentioned, so they made this entire movie and then sold it to something called Angel Pictures. Angel this is not normally their fare, but Steve Rickyberg also in the YouTube chat room says a PG rated monster movie is wild. And that's exactly it. That's why it went under the radar, and that's why it's worth seeing. Both things are true.
And Recluse Mage in the chat room says, seems kind of like a modern day take on Where the Wild Things Are. I would agree on that. It's a lot darker than Where the Wild Things Are, but we're gonna get back to the next movie. I love this movie, even though I would have not written it anything like the way they wrote it.
And I do want to say that it was released in August, so it was released last month, and so far the worldwide box office as of this week is $8,232,460, and its principal shooting budget was $3 million.
So you usually, rule of thumb, you take the principal shooting budget, you double that, and that gives you your promotion budget, right? So we're talking about a $6 million investment into this film. It's cleared $2.2 million. And I guarantee you this motherfucker will continue to rack up small but consistent, steady amounts of money.
And streaming is gonna be insane.
It's gonna be great
movie because you can watch it with everyone in your household if you care to.
It's a rare movie where you can, with little kids, you can watch it. And I loved it. Let's move on to the next movie. Here we go.
Okay, so next movie we watched at home.
Shigabaloo! I want to point out to you,
Shamalama-ding-doo.
all of you, that right now in the chat room, people are typing in their polyp noises. The polyps, as I mentioned earlier, are one of the creatures from my Slay series. And they make noise like chickabaloo, chabana, and they just make these weird noises, except all of you watching at home, all of those noises are influenced by one Happy Gilmore.
100%.
Shikabana! Timothy Chalamet! Shabana no more!
How did I not know until just now?
I don't know. It's
because of how they move, I think.
They're all Adam Sandler influenced monsters. I just couldn't do the Adam Sandler voice because it would have tore my throat apart. And also they're little. They're 18-inch long dongers. I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan.
I mean,
I've always been a
isn't?
huge Adam Sandler fan. Love him.
Why not? He is so incredibly non-toxic. I appreciate you might not like a fart joke. I'm that girl. But he's incredibly, incredibly good for all of us. I am going to read you the description for Happy Gilmore. This is not a box office release, so our stats will look a little different. But in July of 2025, Happy Gilmore was released. Here's the synopsis for you guys. Gilmore returns to the sport of golf since his retirement after winning his first tour championship to finance his daughter's ballet classes. We are going to try to avoid spoilers with the plot. We're telling you the cast. This cast is absolutely insane. So we're going to try and keep spoilers out of that, but there are golfers' names, and if you're a golfer, you're going to know who those are. I'm going to go ahead and read that.
Please do.
The cast includes Adam Sandler, Julie Bowen, Christopher McDonald as Shooter McGavin, Ben Stiller, Bad Bunny, John Daly, Haley Joel Osment, Jackie, Sadie, and Sonny Sandler, Steve Buscemi, Kevin Nealon, Margaret Qualley, Post Malone, Sir Nick Faldo, Jack Nicklaus, Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Speth, Eminem, and an up-and-coming new face by the name of Travis Kelce.
Shalamabaloo. We've got people in the chat room like, it wasn't as good as the first. I fully admit the first is an absolute magical gem from, I will say it, from the height, the peak of accomplishment of an American genius making comedy movies that are lowbrow, that people look down their nose upon and judge upon, and yet entertains millions and makes a lot of money, and everybody's happy, from the actors to the studios to the fans. Everybody's delighted with what Adam Sandler does when they're involved in the project.
And one of the things about that is that it's lowbrow comedy. People look down their nose at it, but Sandler never punches down.
Yep.
Sandler never punches down. He's an absolute American hero. I love this
Guy
movie.
Fieri was in it too. Don Shipley in the chat room points out.
Hey, Scott Pond, our in-house graphic designer, is here. He says, wait, what? A sequel is not as good as the first?
Yeah. However, I will say I've watched most of the 80s, 90s reboot sequels where, everybody wants to come back and get a paycheck and entertain the fans, do things. I think this is better than Coming to America 2 in that category, because what this movie did, first of all, if you are a fan of golf, if you know the name Scheffler, for example, you got to see this movie, because it is so clear that the golf world absolutely fucking adores the first movie. So right now, there are guys making millions of dollars on the circuit who are endorsed by Nike and Adidas and Titleist, and they are killing it and just bringing giant paychecks, and they're very big, very important men. And they're like, you can tell the phone rang like, you want me to be in Happy Gilmore too? The fucking whatever you want. Whatever the fuck, I'll be there. There are 5 of the best golfers on the planet right now who act in this movie and are clearly having the time of their life. So the love and respect for the original movie from people who are in the craft and art form and skill of golf shines back on the production itself and on Adam Sandler for having them in the movie in the first place. He's not like, let's get somebody. He's like, no, let's get the top 5 motherfuckers in the world and ask them if they'll be in the movie. And they all were. It is beautiful and glorious. There is some dumb shit in this movie that doesn't land. They try too hard. But there's also a bunch of shit. Like, there is some super dumb shit. And you're like, that's how Adam Sandler gets paid. This dumb shit right here, I had to rewind it. I'm like, that's great. So I loved it.
So I also think, and I don't know, I didn't look this up, but I genuinely think that there were people who loved Happy Gilmore in the golf world who kind of made it known, listen, if Sandler makes a sequel, we're in it. And here we are all these years later, and Sandler kept notes, and all those people who are still alive are in it.
Tori Pond in the chat room says, loved Happy Gilmore. Haven't taken the dive on number 2. Just do it. It's super fun. The amount of self-referential callbacks to number 1, it's a love letter to the people who made Adam Sandler rich to start with, and he's extraordinarily wealthy. Huge deals from Netflix. He's like, oh, you guys kind of made me very rich, and like, I'd like to thank you very much. And also, I made this movie for you. Maybe you like it. Like, it does so many things right that the things it doesn't get right, you don't give a shit.
So I will say it was directed by Kyle Newachek, who I don't believe directed the first one, but he may have. I didn't look that up.
No.
And it was written by Adam Sandler and Tim Herlihy, that writing team that did do Happy Gilmore 1. And I mentioned at the top of us discussing Happy Gilmore that the stats are going to be a little bit weird because it was a Netflix. It doesn't have a box office. So I will say it was released in July, streaming on Netflix, and had a massive debut according to Netflix itself, achieving 91.9 million minutes watched in the first weekend, which was July 25th to July 27th, translating to 46.7 million viewers, making it the biggest U.S. opening for a Netflix film and a top opening for any Sandler title on the Netflix platform. The film also received positive critical reception with a 65% score with viewers on Rotten Tomatoes.
And I will say, I've seen Bad Bunny and Bullet Train, and I'm so old. I know Bad Bunny is a very famous, prolific musician who makes a lot of great shit and people love him. I'm not familiar with his musical work. He was great in Bullet Train, and he kills it in fucking Happy Gilmore.
Absolutely.
He's so self-deprecating and fun. It was such a delight. And I guarantee you, there's a young actor by the name of Travis Kelce in this movie. You're going to see
going places.
You're going to see a lot. When Travis Kelce's football career is done, you can see a lot of movies. I would say for the first 5 years, it's going to be Travis Kelce fucking jacked, 0% body fat, being the charming bad guy and getting killed in the fight scenes. You're going to see that, and eventually he's going to become a beloved sidekick. He did a great job. Really, really fun.
It is time for a quick break. If you have a minute, please listen to any ads that pop up after this. There are only 1 or 2, and it really helps the show. We'll be back
right after this. Okay. Baby, this is great. Great work, man. You're killing it. You're killing it.
You ready?
Yeah, we got to power through. I got it right. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back
take
to
your
Deep
second.
Cuts.
Yep. That's all I got to say, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's why I was showing
Do you got your shit? Okay, were you ready?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Deep Cuts.
This episode, we're talking about our 2025 summer movies and how we save some ducats at the theater.
First, we got to get through the rest of the movies. So I'll do this next one. This movie is called, we got to go back to books. This movie is called Ick, which is partially written, directed by my friend, Joseph Kahn, who Joseph Kahn and I tried to make a TV show, and we did pitches. We worked very closely on the content. It didn't work out like most things in the world of Hollywood. But a great guy, great family guy, and he made this movie, Ick. Right now, what Joseph does, he gets an idea, he writes his own movie, gets help with the writing, and he tries to basically independently make these movies. Ick is a straight-up horror movie. Synopsis. An unlucky high school science teacher, a sarcastic student, and her mother must deal with a parasitic alien known as the Ick that is encroaching upon their small town. The cast is Melina Weissman, Brandon Ruth, and Mina Suvari. Mina Suvari of Mean Girls fame, Brandon Routh of Superman fame.
Yeah,
Superman fame. Director, of course, is Joseph Kahn, and it was a limited theater release in July 2025. Worldwide box office is unavailable as this was released in theaters only for one weekend. Kind of a fun thing. A thinks maybe to make it award eligible, but eventually this is going to come into streaming. This is Evil Dead, Shaun of the Dead. This is horror comedy. It's a fucking delight. They maximize their special effects budget. The special effects of the Ick are really, really well done. And you can tell at every frame of this movie, everyone in this movie is having the fucking time of their lives. They're loving it.
This is true, I will tell you guys. Joseph Kahn has a movie that you can watch. I'm not sure if you can watch Ick quite yet. I'm not sure if it's streaming yet. I couldn't find it.
Not yet.
It might be.
Not yet.
But it's still in its release phase. But I will tell you, if you want to watch Joseph Kahn based on Scott's recommendation and that he's a friend of, they are friends, and that Scott values this movie, watch a movie called Bodied. Bodied came out in 2017. I am very old and did not know what that meant. But I will tell you, bodied is a slang phrase for being absolutely annihilated in a rap battle.
Rap battle.
I mean, I have had many rap battles in my time, but
Yes,
I never
you
got
have.
bodied. No, none of that is true.
No, yeah.
But bodied is if you fail in a rap battle, you got bodied. This is written in 2017. It is so hard to get used to. It is so incredibly great. So you can't watch Ick just yet. But
Gotta watch Bodied first.
Was beautiful. They're not related, but I'm just saying if you want to get familiar with Joseph Kahn's work, Bodied is brilliant, and you can watch that streaming right now.
There's also Detention. I think I have that right. Detention. When you get in trouble in high school, you get put in detention, right?
You do.
There's a movie called Detention, which is another Joseph Kahn original, and it is fucking silly and ridiculous and horrifying. He has a certain penchant for, like, I'm going to scare you and make you on the edge of your seat, and I'm going to have you like laughing the whole time and then laughing at yourself for being on the edge of your seat. Like, that's the whole spin of Joseph Kahn's essence. But this movie's great. I think you guys will love it.
So, do we want to move on?
Moving
to
on to the next one.
Yeah.
So now these are movies
Let's
that,
fucking
wait, I'm sorry. The first three movies were movies that A and I saw. I saw Ick in the theater. And this next movie I saw, Happy Gilmore, we saw home together on TV.
Yeah.
This next movie I saw just a day ago on a plane, and I'm not going to lie to you bitches. Ballerina, if you like fucking action flicks, Hong Kong action flicks, if you like John Wick, I could not get over how much the last 23 minutes of this movie absolutely punched me in the fucking taint. I've seen a lot of action movies, dude. I've seen a lot of action movies. I love the action genre. I'm not categorically specific. I can't name you directors or actors or anything like that, but I've watched pretty much everything that comes around. The last 23 minutes of this movie were just like, how do you find an original element in this completely exhausted, depleted, overworked genre? And they fucking found it. This is streaming right now. Deanna de Armas, is that right? Do we have this here?
Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas. Ballerina. Synopsis. an assassin trained in the traditions of the Ruska Roma organization, sets out to seek revenge after her father's death. Ana de Armas, Keanu Reeves, Ian McShane, who of course is a god. I think Ian McShane might be god. Angelica Houston doesn't get a lot of screen time, but fabulous.
So I do want to ask you about the cast.
Okay.
How much do we see the John Wick standards, meaning Keanu, Ian McShane, and Angelica Houston?
Well, we see enough of Ian McShane to think this, like, I want to see more of him. I hope he's not dying.
Oh, good.
So he's in there. He's the pepper. He's the spice, and he's just a fucking he's a legend in my mind. After Deadwood, Ian McShane is probably one of the most powerful actors of all time.
Oh, his entire career. Oh my goodness.
You see more Keanu Reeves than you would expect to see from this movie, and Keanu Reeves has John Wick so dialed in right now that he makes it look so effortless. He doesn't have to do anything. He's just standing there with that
with the
I want
curtain bangs and
the curtain bangs and this eyes that just say, I want you to make the right choice. But if you don't make the right choice, I'm going to have to kill you. He has got that so dialed in that I pray there is a fifth John Wick.
Before you say that,
Yep.
I just want to check on a few things. I will say, you guys, I am asking him about Ballerina because I was sleeping and drooling on his shoulder on the flight home when he watched Ballerina. And I'm mad about it because now I got to figure out time to watch it on my own. And I don't know if I have that time. So you say not too much Ian McShane, but more Keanu Reeves than I would expect.
Yes, I would have liked more Ian McShane, but they're starting to branch out the property. And as they put their money on Ana de Armas, which at first I was like, okay. I was like, I'm not gonna lie. Look at me, I was like, okay, she's good looking. Let's just see how this goes. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I would give her an 82 on the 1 to 100 scale of action. So some of the shit that she did.
Is she Trinity-esque?
Oh, she blows Trinity out of the water.
Oh, and you only gave her an 82?
Yeah, Trinity's a 56 on the action scale. The only woman in the action scale that I give a fucking 100 to is Peta Wilson from Fend Nikita. Every time she punched someone in that movie, I was like, that shit fucking hurt. But Anna's gunplay is fantastic. Her hand-to-hand, there's a couple of moments where it's a little slow and you can see they shot a few times like, well, we got to move on. We're going to take this weird exchange right here. But that is a very small number because the gun firing scenes, I'm trying to say this without spoiling anything, processing a weapon through multiple engagements and the director's ability. The director was Len Weissman. Other works include the Underworld Trilogy, Total Recall, Live Free or Die Hard. He has learned from his previous experiences. It is a visual treat. There were several moments in the movie I'm like, I was like, I was sitting in my seat, like turning to the person next to me, I don't even know, like, get the fuck out of here with this shit.
Because you do that normally to me.
Get the fuck out of here with this shit. But I will tell you what.
You can't do that right now.
The last 23 minutes are so ridiculously over the top and in a space that is the palette is depleted. There's nothing new you can do. They found some new shit and I loved it.
I do want to take 1 second specifically to ask about, you said the palette is depleted, but I actually want to ask because I didn't see any of Ballerina. Mm-hmm. John Wick's color palette, which is not what you were talking about, is so specific. And it's very, very, very neon sort of
Euro trash disco.
Blue purple though.
Yeah.
And this one is very, very, very electric Eurotrack or neon Eurotrash purple blue.
So good. It's so good.
I think that's relevant. I think that's on purpose.
I will summarize this like this. If you like John Wick, if you like Hong Kong action flicks, if you like Lethal Weapon, if you like Die Hard, if you like any action flick, sit down, watch this. You will enjoy it. Don't be judgmental in the first hour because there's definitely a lot of cliches, a lot of things we've seen before. Sit there and just fucking enjoy it. It's well done. If you're a John Wick fan, you get a lot of tips of the hat to the milieu and the mythos they built up. And then the last fucking hour of this movie is Katie bar the door. I have to admit, I was a little grumpy. I liked it so much.
Oh, that's interesting.
I was
because
ready to hate
Facebook-
on this shit all day, dude. I was ready to hate on it all day.
That's so interesting because on Facebook in the chat room, your military advisor Chris Growl says, "Okay, I'll give Ballerina a shot. My gunplay stink eye will be in full effect," which is probably your gunplay stink eye was in full effect.
My gunplay
and
stink.
you're mad that you
my
liked it.
gunplay stink eye is informed by Chris Growl.
That's what I'm saying. But
who
you're
is
saying
my
you're mad
gunplay
that you
stink eye. He's my guru for gunplay stink eye. And when I get Chris, when you get to the last 20 minutes, dude, I hope you just go to be like, get the fuck out of here. This is so dumb and so fucking awesome. I was just in. Okay, you ready, babe?
Yeah. Before we move on to what's coming next and how we save money at the movies, I do just want to say to Cobalt USA or anyone who's colorblind, yeah, in my estimation, John Wick has a color palette. It's dark blue to purple, and Ballerina seems to have a color palette that is neon dark purple to blue. So I kind of love that if they're John Wick is male in this series and she's female. And I don't know if that's relevant. I haven't seen it, but I love it.
Here, I'm so excited about this movie. Here's another thing I really, really fucking enjoyed about the movie. Ana de Armas is a very attractive human being, right? Very attractive.
For sure.
But this movie harkened back to the La Femme Nikita with Peta Wilson, which was a TV show, if you guys don't know. And a lot of times when you put a female lead in an action movie, there is a certain magnetic pull to be like, that bitch is hot as fire. Let's fucking dress her up. Let's make her look like a sex object. And which is fine.
Let her get hit.
Which is fine because those movies are fun to watch. The guys are fucking ridiculously good looking. The women are ridiculously good looking. It's all great. They took Ana de Armas, who's very attractive, and they didn't ugly her up or scar her up. She's very beautiful, but it is like a small part of the movie that she happens to be attractive. Yeah. She put the fucking time in with the trainers. She put the time in at the gym. She fucking went to the range. I guarantee you that she had the fucking time of her life. And if you think you're a stalker and going to come up on this girl, I highly, highly advise against it.
And those are the movies that I love the best too, where the female character is not the female strongman, I'll say, or action hero, is not as strong or as action hero-y as a male counterpart. But they are also not just pretty with chainmail bikini armor. They're doing the fucking work.
Yeah.
They can get, so you saw that. I'm going to recommend this because it's a perfect example of this, but goddamn, I hate this movie. $1 Million Baby does this.
How so?
Hilary Swank, who at the time that she made $1 Million Baby was Hollywood elite and perfect and skinny and all the things, got hit 1,000 times in that movie on purpose. Because that's what she wanted, because she wanted to make it realistic. I also think that Halle Berry in Monsters Ball, she refused to sign on. They wanted her desperately, and she refused to sign on. She was the last one to sign on because she had to say, "I'm not wearing makeup." And they were like, "No, we'll give you very subtle makeup." And she's like, "I'm not wearing makeup." They had Billy Bob Thornton, they had Sean Combs, they had all the things, and she was like, and Heath Ledger, and she's like, "I want this. I'm not wearing makeup," because that woman wouldn't wear makeup. And she won a fucking Oscar. Yeah. She was right. Because it's not about being pretty. Right. It's about being part for that, the right person for that part.
Right for the part. And I think Ana de Armas did a really fucking excellent job to the point where I will watch the next 2 Ballerina sequels and I'll be there with a popcorn bucket and fuck it. She has won me over. I'm good to go. This movie was released in June of 2025. Worldwide box office as of this week is $135,973,188. I think they've done okay. And they are going to, I don't have the numbers on the budget right now, but the expansion of Chad Stahelski's John Wick franchise, we have author friends who have shit optioned. Jonathan Mayberry's Joe Ledger series has been optioned by Chad Stahelski, and hopefully they make something. But Chad Stahelski, he's got a certain fucking sizzle as an action guy. And if you want to know who that is, that's the guy in Predator with the glasses. That's who the fuck that is. No, I got that wrong. Sorry, I got that wrong. Scratch that. Steve, cut that shit out. I got that wrong. I got excited.
You want to know who he is?
He is a former stuntman and fight coordinator and fight actor who somehow got Keanu Reeves would be like, hey man, look at this shit. And Keanu Reeves is like, I think this is really good. I have a terrible Keanu Reeves impression. But Keanu Reeves, spectacular movie, super. And the main word here is it's fucking fun. Ballerina's fun as fuck.
So listen, we're going to tell you how we see movies and save a little bit of money because the rest of 2025 we might need that. But first, we're going to talk about a movie that is not yet out but comes out on September 19th that we are excited
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. As you guys know, as some of you listening to this may know, as all of you watching know, your boy loves the sport of American football. Loves it more than most things in life. And this next movie by Jordan Peele, who's I'm a huge fan of his work ethic, his talent. He's put out a football movie called Him. I'm going to read you the synopsis. Terror strikes when a promising young football player gets invited to train at a team's isolated compound. And there's a couple other things that are not here. It is a young black quarterback who is invited to train at a compound to learn from a veteran black quarterback. So knowing Jordan Peele's work, there's absolutely going to be some racial commentary in this. And we're going to hear about, even though black quarterbacks can be dominant in the NFL, Hall of Famers, make a lot of money, there are still certain racial elements that they have to deal with. We're going to hear about that in the movie, but in the context of this is a psychological horror movie involving pro football, and I can't wait.
I will say the cast is Tyreek Withers, Marlon Wayans, and Julia Fox. So the lead, I assume the football player, is a newcomer called Tyreek Withers.
Mm-hmm.
Marlon Wayans we know, Julia Fox we know. It is actually directed by Justin Tipping, not Jordan
I didn't know
Peele.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
For Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions. So Jordan Peele read this, understood this, and left the director to his devices and just produced this movie. It's
That's
from
amazing.
Producer Jordan
That's going to be a
Peele.
hard step for him.
It's got to be a super hard step, and it's also got to be very hard to see somebody. If you're a made man in Hollywood, like Jordan Peele absolutely is, he's done TV, he's done movies, he's
done everything.
He's done guest
Comedy,
spots, he's
serious,
done comedy,
yeah.
he's done everything. He's a made man. The grace of Jordan Peele to literally just be like, cool, I am producing this. I am lending my name to this, but you are going to ride or die on
That's
your
amazing.
edit is huge. It's so huge.
See, that's so different from,
And
say, a
it's-
Ridley Scott. A Ridley Scott, when an aliens thing comes up, there's often Ridley Scott's fingers reaching into the project, being like, I would like it to be like this. This isn't the case with Jordan Peele, apparently.
And if you're interested, there are movies
God.
from about a decade ago that Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez did that are similarly, I endorse this because these are my people, but I'm going to be hands off on it. And some of them are fantastic and some of them are not.
Martin Evans in the chat room points out, doesn't that poster look a bit like the Alien poster? Yes, it does. So what I'm looking at right now is, Martin, it didn't cross my mind. You're 100% right. When I saw the staples on the football, I'm like, this is a Frankenstein movie. They're going to do something to this
I didn't think
quarterback
that.
to make him competitive. And I'm pretty sure I can already guess the plot. I could be totally wrong on this. This young man is going to come in with all the talent, goodwill, work ethic in the world, but he's going to find out, like, if I want to compete at the highest levels, like a certain young man named Quentin Barnes in the Galactic Football League series, you're going to have to sacrifice and make compromises. And I'm pretty sure, having watched Get Out, some of these compromises are going to be, he's not going to be the same person he was coming in. And the main lead is going to make a choice like, I'm going to give up this part of myself in order to get this goal, and knowing that I will never come out the same. And I will tell you that this, if I'm right, this ties in to college football and pro football so profoundly, because the men who play these games are literally giving up years, if not decades, of their life to compete. When I did research for the Galactic Football League and the Rookie, the average lifespan of an American male was 72 years old. The average lifespan of an NFL lineman who played 3 seasons or more was 53. That's 19 years of life. Although they didn't know it at the time, These guys are giving up 2 decades of life to play this game, to make this money, to achieve this goal, to be this warrior. And I think from what little I've seen, I think that Jordan and the writers and the directors are kind of taking that concept and spinning it up a little bit more. So I can't tell you how excited I am to see this movie. I think
Just so excited.
Jordan Peele's
so cool.
one of the great American directors right now, and not just a great American director, an absolute success story.
And a great movie mind. Like he
Great-
gets
it's a great
how
movie. He
to
gets it.
get his idea out to the masses. Like we haven't seen a lot recently.
He's very
excited
He's
for
very
this.
Quentin Tarantino to me.
Yeah, I am very excited for this. We can't tell you anything else about it. It does come out on September 19th, and we are going to see it. We will probably talk about that right on this cast.
Oh, we
when
got to talk
get
about
there.
the other things. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
will. We're going to move on to how we save money at the movies. It's a short thing, but I also just want to add there's no release date, there's no idea, but I want to plant a seed in all of your heads that there is a movie called Good Boy that was acquired by Amazon Prime that will probably come out in 2026 or 7. And it is a horror movie told entirely by the point of view of the family dog. And it was super well received at all of the festivals it went to. And Amazon Prime picked it up at Cannes. And hopefully we get to see it next year. I haven't read a single review of Good Boy that says, oh, this shtick is not great. Everyone says, like, oh my God, you guys. So we're going to, at some point on this cast, almost assuredly review him and review Good Boy. I will tell you, we love dogs. Dogs, Scott is famous for saying,
Not gonna kill a dog. Not gonna fucking
dog
happen.
will never die in his story. Scott also has a story in a short story collection called Fire is Orange called Number One with a Bullet. Oh, wait, it might be in Bones Are Red. I'm not sure which one. Or
Okay.
Blood is Red. But in his short story collections, Google Number One with a Bullet. That is a college football player moving into the NFL. And it gives insight that I didn't have before I read Number One with a Bullet into how the NFL researches and vets players who are going to become part of the league. And obviously, it's got a Sigler tilt to it. But if you want to Google that story and read that story, I think I want you all to have that. If you're Sigler fans already, I want you to have that on board before we all see him together.
Okay,
Now-
ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So we live in San Diego, California, which is one of the most expensive cities to live in the United States and also the world. And movies here cost a lot of money. Friday night retail for a movie at a theater that we are lucky enough and privileged enough, we can walk to the theater. We have a delightful 20-minute conversation in the theater, watch a movie, we can come back. It's great. If we need to drive, there's parking. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Kickback seats. You can get a beer. It's fucking fantastic. That is $19.50 a night here at a local AMC.
On a Friday night, yeah.
On a Friday night. So if it's A&I, when you add in taxes, and if you buy the tickets online, it's over $50 to go see, for 2 people to go see a movie. If you're going to throw in a drink and some snacks, you're not, at this point, you're starting to be like, I like a little trickle of sweat dripping down the side of my bald ass temple. Be like, dude, we can only do, like, this is a once every two times a year treat to spend this much money in a movie. So A&I, being fairly frugal, were like, this is ridiculous. This is one of the situations where I went online, I started bitching about why is Hollywood so stupid? There's a reason people are going to theaters, because it costs a fucking ton of money to take a family to theaters. One of the people who follow me was like, man, you got to do this AMC thing. And the AMC, yes, Chris Grohl, snacks. The AMC thing that we have gone with is, I think there's Premiere Go, Premiere, and A-List.
But it's all called stubs.
It's all called, I think it's all called stubs.
It is. AMC stubs.
Yeah.
There's different tiers.
There's different tiers. So we pay AMC Stubs Premiere, costs us $18 plus tax for the year. So let's just say $20 for the year to be able to sign up for this thing, okay? But what that does is, instead of it being $50 for us to go to a movie, it removes the online fee, which is $2.50, $3 per ticket. It allows us one upgrade of beverage and popcorn, because you want a big giant bathtub full of fucking sugar water, and you want a fucking Winnebago full of buttered popcorn that's going to make you fart like a
Snacks.
racehorse for the next 3 days. You want this shit. That's why you go to the fucking movies.
Snacks are snacks, man.
Snacks are snacks. So we get an upgrade on that. You buy a large and it upgrades you to an extra large. So already you're doing great shit. The online fee is great. What also happens is this. If you have the AMC stubs and you have the ability to go on a Tuesday to a matinee, the matinees can save $3.50 to $5 a pop. And the Tuesday matinee gets us to the point where A and I are paying about $7 to $8 per ticket. So we can go to a movie with snacks, 2 seats, chilled out, kicking back, feet up for about $20.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
on
great.
a Tuesday in the middle of the day.
On a Tuesday in the middle of the day, which means I, as a fiction author who writes a lot, spends a lot of time writing, I have to stop my work in the middle of the day, probably
Take your girl out.
2 or 3 o'clock, take my gorgeous, awesome girl out. But this is a compromise that we make, knowing if I stop working at 2 to go to a movie, I can't come back and work. That day's done, y'all. That's not going to fucking, so we have to make a conscious decision. It's an opportunity cost. Take time away from writing stories for us to go watch someone else's stories, but in a theater with a giant bucket of popcorn and a soda that you can't finish without peeing yourself. So I think that in matinees they're easier to get in and out. We've almost never been in a theater that's crowded, right?
Oh, yeah, we haven't. But when we started doing this, it was kind of coming out of the tail end of lockdown when they started offering this. And we did, even on a Tuesday at 11 a.m., we showed up masked. We didn't buy concessions, all that jazz. But now it's never well attended at noon on a Tuesday.
You know what? I got to tell you, on the cast right now, people love us watching movies, enjoying it. Joshua Loya threw us some money to go to a movie. D79 threw us some money to go to a movie. It's fucking rock. Thank you so much. That's fucking great.
Tony in the Facebook chat says, on your birthday at AMC Stubs, if you are a member for $17.99 a year, you get free large popcorn and drink on your birthday.
On your birthday. It's my birthday. But so we've got all of that. The other way A and I say movie is this is a bit more complicated. So when we pay for Netflix, we pay for Hulu, we pay for Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
We pay for fucking Disney.
Mhm.
We pay for all this shit. And I'll tell you what right now. You guys know I write horror for a living. I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I pay you $30 a month. And when I watch your shit, you're going to make me fucking watch commercials for paying $30 a month to watch your specific shit. I am going to kill all of you. I get so fucking mad at this shit. And then, okay, we're Amazon Prime members. We're paying that $130, $200 a year, whatever the fuck it is.
I think it's $149 right now.
$149 a year, and there's great benefits to it. Appreciate it. But then you start watching shit and like Amazon Prime came out, which is you get this set of movies, this set of TV shows without commercials. And now they're putting in commercials and they're like, you know what? Fuck you in the drive-thru. I don't give a fuck what you want. You know you need my shit. You got to have it. You're addicted to my shit. You're going to pay whatever the fuck I say. You're going to watch what I say you fucking watch. That's Amazon. That's exactly Amazon Prime sounds. That's an exact perfect impression.
And a lot of these streaming services used to be you used to be able to share logons and stuff like that, but then they got smart to that. So if you want it all, you have to pay for it all. Or we share our Netflix with somebody, but they have to have it with ads. That's the only way they get it is with ads. It's so shitty.
Steve Rickybrew in the chat room says, the commercials and streaming services make me want to sail the seven seas. I will also say, when you watch shit at home and when you watch shit in a fucking theater, I have taken my country ass up out of my seat, put it in a car or walked to the theater. And then you want me to watch a half an hour of not movie trailers, but fucking Coca-Cola commercials and goddamn Nicole Kidman over and over telling me why it's great to go to AMC. I'm like, bitch, I'm in AMC right now.
Except why
Nicole,
is she,
bitch, I don't need to see your shit. I get it.
Why
I get
is
it.
she in that shitty silver suit?
Don't know.
What? It's
I don't
so
know.
ugly. She's so gorgeous.
And
What is going on?
Look, I love Nicole Kidman's work. I think she's a fucking amazing actor. Stop fucking telling me to go to fucking AMC when I'm fucking sitting in AMC.
Because when you're here,
Oh my God.
it's real.
Oh my God.
Goddamn.
So I have anger issues. So Nicole Kidman, my apologies. Fucking stop doing that. But you go to theater, you got to watch ads. You're at home, you got to watch ads. So A and I have come up with a simple barometer. The first time I tried to watch a movie at home on Amazon Prime, which I pay for, and they're like, great, that's going to be $25.95. I'm like, you go to hell. You go to hell and you fucking die. What are you talking about? I'm watching the movie on your goddamn channel I paid for. But we realize this is the way things go. We try and calm down and chill the heart, lower the pulse rate, lower the blood pressure, be chill. We have a very simple at-home solution. Because when you think about it, if we go to the theater, we're dropping 50, 60, 70 bucks. So you know what? 20 bucks for a movie, not so bad. We've kept that because now we can go to a movie on a Tuesday, matinee, AMC stubs, premiere membership. It's going to cost about 15 to 20 bucks with snacks. So that is our barometer. If I want to watch a movie at home and they want to charge us $20, that's the max. Anything over 20, fuck you, not watching it.
And I'm not even sure we've ever paid that. We just discussed it beforehand.
I think we have maybe once or twice because we've had this discussion before AMC. We're like, look, if we were going to go to the movie theater and watch this movie, that's a $50, $60, $70 investment.
Yeah.
We'll stay home. We'll save 40 bucks. We'll make our own popcorn, our own drinks, have a good time. Now that we've got the Tuesday cheat code dialed in, now it's like 20 bucks max, and it's got to be something I desperately want to watch. So that is how we save a little bit of money, but still get to go to the theater, because going to the theater, as good as home entertainment is, and I love nothing more than sitting on my couch with dog on this side, A in the other chair, hanging out together. It is glorious. It is heaven. I love it. Still going to the theater for a Gen X kid is a wonderful thing, and I love it.
All right. Well, that is it for this episode of Deep Cuts. We gave you our 2025 summer movie post view and the two movies we're excited to watch moving from here. And we will be back.
This is why staying home and watching the movie is fucking awesome, dude.
While Scott is shellacked by his dog Squeaky, I will tell you that next week we'll chat about the start of the NFL season and how that's going for us and how you might be able to watch. You can email info@emptyset if you have any ideas for deep cuts or anything you want to say to us. That's the best way to reach us. It might take us a minute to get back to you, but please email info@emptyset with whatever you need to. And do you have anything to tell them about how they smell?
You know what? Everybody listening, everybody watching, you all smell an awful lot like flowers.
We love you guys. Thank you so much.
What happened? Where's my mouse?
It's right here.
No, it's stopped.
Sorry. There we go.
Okay, so now we got a couple questions in the chat room.
Yeah.
I've covered with goddamn dog spit. I fucking hate that shit.
Listen,
goddamn.
I hope it's good for face
It's not.
masking.
Chris
because
Grawl-
she does that.
Chris
all the
Grawl says
time.
thoughts on F1. Not seeing that in theater. Don't need to see cars racing in theater. I can watch cars racing at home. Bippity boopity boo.
Bippity boppity boo.
Let's see. We got a couple other questions. Cobalt says great show, entertaining, educational. I'm not sure about. Mary Garrett says I got the Hulu, Disney, HBO bundle for $70 a month. Had ads, but I can deal. This is what pisses me off, right? Like we had cable. Everybody totally used to paying for cable. 120, 140, whatever the fuck. You get all these channels. Everything was great. You could watch whatever you want. Streaming comes along and like, we're the cord cutters. All of America has become cutters of cords. And now they can pick their entertainment. And we are like, yes, fuck you, cable. You keep raising our prices. Why don't you burn in hell? Why don't you slide your fucking golf cart into a fucking oil tanker and burn, burn, burn? We were full of hatred. Then we got streaming. We're like, fuck you. I get to watch whatever I want. And now it takes 1, 2, 3. Now we got like 5, 6, 7 streaming services we're subscribing to. And then they put ads on that shit. That's why I'm going to jail. Chris Grawl, you're going to have to bail me out. And so that's basically the approach. So now A and I have learned this ridiculously simple strategy that never crossed our mind till a friend brought it up, which is like, they're like, we're at DragonCon. They're like, oh yeah, I get a streaming service one at a time, watch all this shit, then I cancel it, I move on to the next streaming service. We've paid for Apple TV for 2 years, and we've watched a couple, 2, 3 shows, and one great movie called Greyhound. Love it. But you can sign up for this shit, watch the things you want to watch, cancel it, move on to the next. Because you can't watch 6 streaming services at the same time in the same month.
Also, now that we're not recording anymore, if any of you are football fans and are Sunday ticket holders, NFL Sunday ticket holders, it's a wildly expensive thing. We have drafted off a friend's NFL Sunday ticket for the past couple of years. And this year I wanted to make sure that my stepdad could be able to watch the whole time. So I bought it for myself. But this year, Sunday ticket expanded to several slots per subscription. So last year and the year before, it was on YouTube. Sunday ticket was on YouTube, and you had to have a YouTube TV subscription, which is $80 a month. But you could share it with one household. This year, I think you can share it with 4 households.
There's ways to do it. Recluse Mage says, plus, once you cancel, they will drop the price to get you to come back. So they are being hoisted in their own petard. If I can drop Disney and then go watch Apple, Hulu, fucking all the other services, and then Disney's like, hey, how you doing? How about wouldn't you like to watch some Disney, maybe some Star Wars, maybe some cartoons and shit for the family? Listen, I'm gonna cut you a deal. It's gonna be great. And then we get to be like, yes, you can cut me a deal. I'm gonna be here for 6.5 months, and then you can kiss it. You can kiss it because I know you're going to want me back. So I think this strategy is great. Brian Leach says, need a jailbreak Fire Stick. Basically, apps not approved by Amazon, free movies. Sure. If you want to run the gamut of illegally streaming copyrighted content, A and I have nothing to say about that. We don't do that. I went through that.
Reese,
I went through that period in my 20s. Hey guys, this is my dog Reese.
Nothing to say. Reese,
She's Reese's the chillest bitch in the world. Look, she's got a mic right in front of her. And she's like, I'm pretty good, pops. I'm hanging out with mom. It's gonna be great. So, all right. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go now. You guys are all fantastic. If you have not heard of these money-saving techniques to watch the movies, I hope you enjoyed it. Also, fuck these streaming services. Do one at a time. Like, put your fangs in their fucking artery, drain all the blood out of that shit. All of it. Watch all of it go through, and then you like, cancel. And they're like, no. Baby, I didn't mean it. Baby, I know I said some shit, baby. I know I shouldn't have said what I said, and I didn't mean it, baby. But baby, I love you. This is Netflix. I love you, baby. I love you. You're everything to me, baby. And you got to be like, you should have thought about that before you put commercials in my shit. Now I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go because I got another man over here. His name is Hulu. I'm gonna go hang out with Hulu for a while.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna stream over here.
I'm gonna stream over here because Hulu takes care of me. He gives me nice things. He buys me nice dinners. And Netflix like, no, baby. It's like, it's too late, Netflix. Now Hulu's long dicking that customer, and you stay home with your fucking Jergens and your box of fucking Kleenex. What do you think of that shit, Netflix?
I think I'm glad we're no longer recording. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week. We're going to talk about how NFL season opener weekend went.
Yep.
We're no longer recording, so they don't have to smell it an awful lot like flowers. We're done.
You all still do smell it. Let's see how many motherfuckers I got hanging out here tonight. Oh, got to close the AMC shit. You guys, look at this fucking ridiculous. Many people watching this is watching the goddamn story.
We love you just like
I'm
you
not
love
sure
us.
that should make me feel bad or good. I don't know what is. You guys are fucking great. We're gonna tap out. Let's switch over to the main cam. Let's what I call the. Oh god damn it! This is broken too. Fuck it. We'll just sign off right here.
Okay.
And goodbye.
Love you guys.
Wait. Here we go. Ready?
Love you.
Love you.
Nope, that's squicky.
Chicken little bungaboo. Are you squicked out? What if there's a polyp wants to get into your bung, babe?
I don't want anything in my bung, much less a polyp. Goddamn. And no magic. David Lamb, we are watching Alien Earth. That's going to be a top. Yeah, that's going to be a topic of Deep Cut sometime in September.
Don. Good night, D79. And the D79 gets like, baby, please. Baby, please, baby, I was
Please,
wrong.
baby, please.
Baby, you know what? I was wrong, baby. That's all on me, baby. Baby, come back. Baby,
We love you guys.
Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Love you guys. Out, and we are out. Good
Take
day.
care.
Bye.